God, 'cause love is running through my veins. Oh, this line can't be tamed. There's fire in my blood. Burn.
Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Championship here for round 2 of the 2019 Formula 2 Championship at the Spanish Grand Prix here at Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Yes, Formula 2 is back after about a week's hiatus and we are here for the Spanish Grand Prix. We have got 20 minutes of qualifying just ahead of us and I believe it is 30... Or, no, it's not. I have no clue how many laps it is. I'm not good with these things. I'm very sorry. 19 laps it is. Yes. We've got 19 laps ahead of us. I don't know where I got the number 30 from. I'm sorry. I think that's probably the F1 race distance. Either way, we're here for 20 laps of qualifying. Eduardo Silva in the Trident is the first man out. We got some exciting news about Trident just a bit later on. Either way, before we get stuck in with qualifying then, as you can witness, Eduardo Silva on his outlap here. Still rainy conditions from the Porsche Super Cup race. It has not been good weather in Barcelona here today. It's been a bit rainy ever since yesterday, so the rain is still continuing for F2. Hold on, I think my mic volume is a bit low, so I'll try turning it up. Tell me if that is better. I'll turn up a bit more. This should be better, I think. Yeah, okay, this is good. But before we get underway with qualifying, then let's go through the track. So the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, located in Montmeló of Barcelona, in Spain. This circuit was first opened in 1991, obviously to host Formula 1, and yeah, Formula 1 debuted in the same year as it was opened, and I believe it was after Jerez was removed from the F1 calendar due to safety reasons. So they switched to this brand new track at the time. And then in 1992, the first ever Spanish motorcycle Grand Prix was held. So MotoGP came here in 1992. And then a plethora of other series have come here over the years. Stuff like the FIA Sports Car Championship, the European Touring Car Championship, the FIA GT Championship. A lot of GT series usually come here. Then there's DTM, the European Le Mans series, stuff like Formula Renault. And nowadays the GT World Challenge European Cup comes here as well. But now we have the first time on the board. It is Eduardo Silva. He sets a 132.2, the Brazilian. His fellow compatriot Matheus Poco sets a 133.1, so a bit off the pace, almost a second off the pace from Silva in the Trident. Håkon Olsen, the man who took pole here in 2018, remember, he goes into P2. Eduardo Silva, obviously, he does not have Fernando Tost's team anymore. If you have kept up with the news, Fernando Tost has gone to Formula 1 with McLaren to replace Enis Parashki, who was going to Mercedes. Daniel Waller, the man who won his first ever F2 race on his debut in Bahrain, we'll see if he can impress once again as he goes fastest in the rainy conditions. It's anyone's game here. because most of these guys haven't even raced in the rain, nor at this circuit. So we'll see. Matija Dragovic, the man with the very experienced driver, he goes P12. He's been with Dams. This is his third season with Dams now, yet he still hasn't scored a pole. Emil Nilsson will go across the line. He goes P4. And there is the man who is now Silva's new teammate, Adam Hidayat, makes his grand Formula 2 return with the team he made his debut with, Trident. It's very, very good to have Hidayat back, and he is now in P8. It's great to have him back in the field, and yeah, it's quite symbolic to see him return with the team that he scored his first ever pole position with. And the final car to cross the line will be Ida Weitz. He goes P12. So the standings, the first 20 times are on the board now. It's Daniel Waller, the very exciting young Chinese driver, currently fastest, from Eduardo Silva in P2, and Emilia Konishina. She's doing very well. They're up in P3 as well. As we witness Adam hit that on another lap here. He's got his rear wing colored in the colors of the Pride flag. That's a very, very lovely addition to his car. Happy Pride Month, by the way, to everyone watching from the ACOC. As Hidayat in the middle sector, just about 3/10 off at the moment from Daniel Waller. Waller, who's come into the pits. He's currently championship leader, obviously, as he did take the win in Bahrain. We'll see if he can take the pole once again. Either way, here is Hidayat going around the second last corner, now around the last corner, as Dragovic set an improvement just ahead of him there. But he stays P20. Either way, Hidayat will cross the line, and he does not set an improvement just yet, but Hidayat is going to want to just hope for some points. He's got behind him his fellow compatriot Aditya Bagus. I believe Bagus becomes the second ever Indonesian driver to compete in F2, though I could be wrong on that. At least I don't remember any other Indonesian to memory. As Bagus will make his way onto turn 11 here, and now onto turn 12, I believe it is. Then on to the final corner, turn 13. Let's see what it will be for Aditya Bagus then, as he will cross the line now, and it is no improvement for the MP Motorsport car. Rodrigo Jimenez, here he is in the Sauber Junior team, his teammate obviously on pole, and he's down in P16. So the man from Brazil is going to want to hope for some improvements. Obviously Charu's looking set to try and take the constructor's crown once again, like they did in last year with Jafari Blackwood and Luca Farina. Either way, Jimenez rounding turn 10 then on to turn 11, as Matija Dragovic sets yet another improvement. He gets himself into P19 ahead of Daniel Fraser, who's about a 10th off Dragovic now. So I think Fraser's had some issues in the first stage of qualifying. We'll see though if he can get off the back foot and get himself out of last place. Let's see Rodrigo Jimenez if he can get himself out of P16. He cannot. He stays in 16th at the moment. Kuben Grissom running excellently in P4 at the moment in qualifying. Obviously out qualifying his teammate Ida Weitz, who's currently in P12. We'll see if the American driver can get himself into the top 3 possibly, as he goes through turn 12 now. And then on to the final corner of turn 13. Let's see if Kuben Grissom will be able to improve on this lap, as he will make his way across the line, and Kuben Grissom is unable to improve. So yeah, he has not had an improvement just yet, but he still has quite a lot of time to go. There is 11 minutes remaining in qualifying still, so there is still room for improvement, obviously, but the conditions might be affecting that. We don't know if it's going to get better or worse with the rain. Adam Hidayat, here he is, as he makes his way through turn 11. Obviously, last season he was with BWT Arden. It did not go quite it did not go quite spectacularly as 2017 for Hidayat. he struggled at the back of the field, and yeah, he was massively out-qualified by teammate Chereznia, and then also his teammate Shotanos. So Hidayat is going to have to hope for a better 2019, even though he's missed one round. Håkon Olsen currently P7. He could get himself some nice points today. Here's Ide Weitz on board with the Swedish Red Bull reserve. So the man in the Carlin will cross the line, and Weitz is unable to improve. Look at that, 1.3 off the pole time. So I think conditions might start to get worse in qualifying, as Weitz is unable to set an improvement. Obviously, in his second season for Carlin had an absolutely abysmal 2018 season with Ide Weitz and Daniel Fraser. They only scored one single podium that season. That was at Fuji with Fraser. Other than that, no, they did score more podiums. Weitz scored at the Hungaroring, but yeah, it was not as easy as we're hoping for us. Mateusz Poco, very good improvement for him as he gets himself up into P5. That is a very good effort from the man in the Prema, and now Prema P5 and P7. So that is very good. We'll see if Poco can set further improvements, but a pretty good lap there from him nonetheless. Daniel Fraser, he gets himself out of last place. He can only manage P16 though. Obviously, he scored points on return to F2 last time out. Emilia Konishina, she's just going to start her lap here, as behind is, I believe that was Adam Hidayat, as Konishina is going to have a bit of traffic here. There's the Prema of Nikhil Walji. So Konishina is not going to be happy about this, as she's going to hope that the Canadian gets out of her way. As she's currently in P3. Then you got Adam Hidayat there just behind. Hidayat is going to be caught up in all this as well, so I don't think this is going to be a pretty good lap for Konishina. Neither can I say the same for Adam Hidayat. But the top three still looking very close then. Although nothing has changed. Daniel Walla is on pole, and then it's Eduardo Silva by 600 of a second. He's off on the pole time. Then you have Emilia Konishina, who's 300 of a second off Eduardo Silva, and a tenth of Walla, just exactly. Daniel Walla, though, he has got Roland Fotanos there just ahead of him. Let's see if the Chinese-American driver can set an improvement. And he will not, so he's about 1.2 seconds off. I believe he was held up by Shotanos, or the track conditions are just getting worse. Either way, it's one of the two, but we will see. Emil Nilsson, the Estonian, currently running in P6. First ever Estonian driver to reach Formula 2, and obviously he's the first ever Estonian driver as a whole. He has only got one other Estonian in the ACOC alongside him, and that is Erkki Nyt in Formula E. So there's at least some Estonians on the grid. Nilsson, though, as he makes his way round turn 10. And then on to turn 11 here. The long right-hander as the track rises up. On board with the UNI Virtuosi driver. As he will make his way on to turn 13 now, the final corner. Let's see if Emil Nilsson is able to get himself out of P6, and he doesn't. So not a lot of improvements in qualifying, it looks like. So I feel like the field is just going to stay as it is at the moment, which is good for some and then also bad for some. It's going to be very good for Daniel Walla, but not good for the people who are out just outside of the points, namely people like Martinez and Weitz, and then Broster as well. Emil Nilsson, though, still pounding around the track as he makes his way around turn 4 Repsol. He's still trying to improve in these conditions. We'll see if he can get himself up into the top 5. As Mateusz Poco, the man in 5th place, just gets out of the pits. Jean-François Bilot manages an improvement. Gets himself out of the 133s, but he still stays P19, but that's down to last place once again as Matija Dragovic goes fastest. He definitely did not go fastest. He went P19, but he went faster than below. There's the right word. Rodrigo Jimenez, who's currently in P17, is knocked down one position after Daniel Fraser improved a few minutes ago. Let's see if Jimenez can improve then, as he will cross the line, and he goes P7. That is very good for Rodrigo Jimenez. Gets himself into the top 10, knocks Aditya Bagos to P11. He divides. The man from Sweden is just starting his lap now. Obviously, the lone Swede in Formula 2 now. Used to be another, namely Linus Timell, where he is obviously not competing anymore in the series. Stopped competing a while ago. Assetto Martinez then, the three-time race winner in F2 was he's equal Thomas Mandic's record for most race wins in a season, and his most race wins overall. And he's gonna want to become the driver with the most ever race wins in F2 history this season. Matheus Poco, the man from Brazil, is currently on a lap time as he makes his way to the first corner. Now through turn 2. As we see an improvement, Will Parrish gets himself into P10. That is a good lap time from Will Parrish, and he is currently in the top 10, so nice stuff from the American. Actually, Will Parrish, who is the first American to compete in F2, though he is not alone. Cuban Grissom, who's currently in P4, obviously another fellow person from the United States. So, yeah, Will Parrish, obviously this isn't his full-time debut. Or no, this isn't his, as Ida Weitz sets an improvement, goes P5. So that is very good, just slots in behind his teammate Cuban Grissom there. And Carlin looking very nice. Alex Broster gets ahead of his teammate Rosetta Martinez, he goes P14. But what I wanted to say about Will Parrish is that 2019 is not his F2 debut. As there's Daniel Fraser getting himself at the P3, so some improvements seem to be happening now. But Will Parrish then, this is 2019 is not his F2 debut. If you have a knack for ACOC history, Will Parrish made his debut back in 2017 in F2. He replaced Laban Zasnishkai at Rapax for the final round at Abu Dhabi. So he had a bit of a guest appearance there. Didn't score any points though, so it kind of went to waste. But either way, he still has some F2 experience. Obviously not in these cars, but yeah. He's down to P11 now, so obviously either Weitz got himself into the top 10 with 2 minutes remaining. Weitz P5, and then it's Parrish P11. This man, Håkon Olsen, is going to want to set improvement. Obviously, he took pole here last time out in 2018, and then went on to finish in P2, as it was Kai Cherezhnia who took the victory there. Obviously, that was during the period of Cherezhnia's absolute dominance over the F2 field. A lot of people still wonder today how it would have been if Cherezhnia did the full F2 season and how much he would have won by. Either way, Håkon Olsen, the man from Norway, will cross the line, and he cannot improve. So he will stay P10 for the time being. So we have 1 minute 30 on the clock now. Nilsson, Jimenez and Martinez are in the pits, so they will not be going out again. They don't have time to go out again. Nikhil Walji, the man who took his first win. Wow, I'm getting very Swedish. Nikhil Walji, he's into the pits. So is Emilia Konishina. So Konishina sees no more point in running, as we have the 2 MP Motorsports cars, Rickard Sunnevik and Aditya Bargos. The 2 of them are going to want to set improvements and qualify and get themselves into the top 10. As Will Parrish is just going to start his lap, so is Matija Dragovic, currently in P19. Dams did not have a very good season either in 2018, so they're going to have to hope for some nice little points. Well, obviously they did score a pole at this circuit last season, but unfortunately did not turn into a race victory. I believe Dam still do not have a race victory in F2. At least to my knowledge. Either way, as Dragovic makes his way onto turn 5 as the track goes down a bit here. The left-hander then on board with the Serbian as we'll continue this lap through turn 7 and then turn 8 here. Nice line through there, and then turn 9 has lift off there. Obviously that's flat in the F1 cars. And now through turn 10 as the checker flag is now out. Dragovic is about 9/10 off the pole time here. Matheus Poco, man from Brazil in the Prem, is going to be the first to cross the line. He's obviously replacing his fellow compatriot, Gabriel Gomez at Prem. Jean-François below. The man from France is into the pits. Rickard Sundevik, let's see if he can improve, and he does not. He stays P17. Dragovic is into the pit, so he's aboarded at that lap. Will Parrish, let's see if he can get himself into the top 10 as he will cross the line. Parrish, no improvement. Let's see Daniel Wale then, the man who's currently on pole position. Could it be a second pole in a row for Wale? I believe he's actually going to be the first man to do it since Thomas Mandic if he does take pole here. Ida Weitz is next to cross the line as the man from Sweden will make his way through turn 12 and he comes into the pits, so Weitz aborts that lap. He will stay P5 at best. Alex Broster, obviously race winner in F2, comes into the pits, so he's starting P15 in the race. That's quite disappointing. Eduardo Silva is also into the pits, so a lot of these guys don't see any point in running. I believe Håkon Olsen's in as well. Yes, there he goes. And Matheus Poco, who I believe is finished here. Is he? I think he is. I think this is an in-lap for him. And yeah, it was an in-lap. So that means that Daniel Wale, for a second time in a row, is on pole position. And that is a very interesting qualifying. Then Daniel Wale, could be the new Kai Cherezhnia here, as he is, we will now go through the starting grid. And so it's Daniel Wale then taking a second pole of the season here at Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, followed by Eduardo Silva in P2. Very good qualifying for him. Let's see what he can do today. Emilia Konishina, very good qualifying for the Polish driver. Once again, she starts P3. Let's see if she can get, once again, another podium here at Spain. Kuben Grissom starts P4, followed by Ida Weitz in P5. That is Matheus Poco in P6. And Emil Nilsson in P7. The other Brazilian, Rodrigo Jimenez, starts in P8. So Charus have got their drivers P1 and P8. There's Nikit Walji in P9. And then Håkon Olsen, who took pole here, starts in P10. Will Parrish is just outside the point. He starts P11, followed by Adam Hidayat on his return, P12. And then Daniel Fraser, P13. And then the other Indonesian, Aditya Bagos, is in 14th place. Alex Broster starts in P15, followed by his Campos teammate Rosetta Martinez, who is down in P16. He's going to have to hope for better in the race then, as Rickard Sundevik is in 17th place, followed by Ron Chotanos in P18. Then the final two cars on the grid will be Matija Dragovic and Jean-François below. So, as we will get on the way for the race then, 19 laps ahead of us. Daniel Wale on pole once again. Let's see if Eduardo Silva can challenge him as the lights are now coming on. We've got 6 lights. And we are underway for the race here at Spain. I think it's quite a good start for Daniel Wale then off the line, as he already leads. But it's a very good start for Emilia Konishina there. Konishina could be already alongside Eduardo Silva there, as Konishina tries it on the inside then of Eduardo Silva already into the first corner. As they are side by side, Konishina's going to have the outside line. As they head through the long winding turn 3, Konishina's going to have the inside line. Silva trying to defend the long way around here from the Polish driver. The two still wheel to wheel as what Daniel Wale is pulling away. This is good for the Charus drivers. Konishina through on the inside, gets the move done. That is a very good move from Emilia Konishina then, but she's still going to have to defend from Eduardo Silva there. A bit further dueling at the back, there's Nikhil Walji side by side with Will Parrish for the points, as Walji's fallen down 2 positions. Parrish who gets ahead of Walji, trying to get out of Håkon Olsen now. Parrish completely on the offense here, as Olsen's going to try to hold the American off on the inside. Through on turn 9, Parrish trying to go the long way around. Good exit from the American as they make their way onto turn 10 now. Parrish is going to have the inside line here. Olsen trying to hold the American up on the outside here as they head through turn 11. Great battle, but it's going to be Will Parrish who comes down in P9 and gets himself into the points. Adam Hidayat, not the greatest start for him as he's dueling with the Campos of Martinez. Successfully holds off the Filipino driver though, as below with a quite good start as well. Now he's dueling for P15 as he's trying to make his way around Rosetta Martinez. The two side by side down the main straight. Below gets ahead. What a start for Jean-Francois Below, as he gets himself up into 15th place. Rickard Sundevik and Alex Broster dueling there in the background as well, as they're side by side down the main straight. Sundevik's going to the outside line into the first corner. Broster late on the brakes, as Sundevik though with the better traction. They're going to be side by side once again, as we're seeing great battles at the start here. Sundevik having to go round the outside if you want to get past Broster here. Two are going to be wheel to wheel, but Broster just about a car length ahead as they come into the braking zone. Sundevik can't hold him off on the outside, and Broster is going to have the position for now. Meanwhile, Batia Dragovic and Ron Shotanos dueling for the final position. Shotanos with a very poor start, but the two are going to be side by side as the Campos drivers, they're up ahead. Just dueling for position. Jean-Francois Below, what did he put in this man's coffee this morning? And he gets past Adam Hidayat as well, and it might be Alex Broster who's trying to get this way past Hidayat as well, but not at the moment. Either way, Martinez is trying to clear Hidayat here. There is Broster and there is Sundevik as well, almost 3 wide into turn 10 there, but Broster's going to be on the inside of his team with the two Campos cars side by side then. As they head into turn 11, Broster trying to hang on the outside there as they're wheel to wheel. Absolutely fantastic battling, but it's going to be Martinez who comes out ahead of that battle for now. As we are now on lap 3 out of 19. Daniel Walla now sets the fastest lap of the race as he's pulling away from Emilia Kudishina by about 1.1 seconds. Broster defend from Rickard Sundevik once again. These guys cannot leave each other at the moment as Sundevik side by side with Alex Broster. We're being treated to some good battles here at the back of the field. Sundevik's going to be on the inside of Alex Broster. Can he hang on to the British driver in Campos? Looks like he can't just yet. And it will be Alex Broster who remains ahead for now then. But it is not over just yet. Very, very good battling at the start then. And yeah. He stays P18 Sundevik, and then it's Broster in P17. Rodrigo Jimenez, he is currently running in P17. He's trying to catch Emil Nilsson. Ibe Weitz was able to get past his Carlin team with Kuben Grissom. They're in P4, and Daniel Wall, I have to say, what a guy. Currently leading the race by a second. We could have the new Kai Cherezny on our hands here, maybe. Either way, I can't say anything just yet. It's still lap 3. Rodrigo Jimenez is going to try to claw his way up the field as he's trying to get past Emil Nilsson. As they head through the 13th and the final corner to start lap 4 out of 19. Jimenez down the start-finish straight with the DRS engaged. Let's see if we can get him into turn 1, though it looks quite unlikely at the moment. And no, not quite yet, but he's still quite close to Nilsson, so he could try and pounce in the following laps. As Aditya Bagus is now putting the pressure on Nikhil Walji. Walji looking quite off the pace, about 1.1 off Håkon Olsen. So we'll see if Walji can, we'll see if Bagus will be able to overtake Nikhil Walji, as he fell out of the points. I believe he's down 2 positions from the start, I'm not quite sure. As they head through turn 5. A little bit of a bad exit for Bagus there. He loses a bit of time to Nikhil Walji just ahead. And I think there is a train for me behind Nikhil Walji now, as there's Daniel Fraser and then Jean-Francois Below there just behind. Here's Ida Weitz as he has caught up to Eduardo Silva, looking to score his first podium of the season. Ida Weitz. Same goes for Eduardo Silva. We'll see if that turns into a battle later on. Will Parrish, who is catching up to Matthias Poco. This guy has very good pace today. So he looks to be pretty good at mastering the rainy conditions here. One man you would expect to be good in these conditions will be Rowan Chotanos, namely that he won in rainy conditions in IndyCar, but obviously the IndyCar and the as I'm gonna interrupt that for a bit as Rodrigo Jimenez now trying it on Emil Nilsson on the outside there, but I think he's not close enough to complete the move just yet. And yeah, Nilsson shuts the door, so Jimenez is gonna remain in P7 for now. So could not complete that move, but Chotanos obviously took his first ever victory in the ACOC at Assen, so it was his home race in IndyCar. He took that in the rain, but yeah, these are obviously far different from the Dallara IndyCars. Obviously produced by the same company, but yeah, it is still very different cars. As Will Parrish, who is trying to still hold off Håkon Olsen there in P10. So Olsen could try and maybe re-overtake Will Parrish if he still is stuck behind Matheus Poco here. As he makes his way on to turn 10 and then on to turn 11. Keeping the gap quite consistent to Olsen here. Looks a bit better to the third sector, on board with the American now, as he will make his way through turn 13. Now with DRS engaged. As he heads into turn 1. The rain is still pouring down, as you see it on the halo. It looks a bit closer to the corners, but yeah, he's unable to get past Matheus Poco for the time being. Obviously, we have had our fair share of winners in the past here at F2. Obviously, if Wale does take the victory today, he will become the second person to do so. Obviously, Kite Racing won in 2018, not taken from pole, as I previously mentioned. Håkon Olsen took pole, but Kite Racing overtook him at the start to take the victory. In 2017, it was none other than Victor Albom who took his first ever race victory in Formula 2 at this circuit. Was a very good showing from him, as he won from pole and even took the fastest lap, so he did very well. Back in 2017, won for Racing Engineering. His teammate was none other than Daniel Fraser, who is now in P13, obviously, racing for UNI Virtuosi. Fraser, who has not stayed with a team for more than one season, which is quite funny if you think to some of the guys like Matija Dragovic and Jean-Francois Bilot, who have stayed with their teams for 3 seasons now. Yeah. Fraser obviously made his debut in 2017 with Racing Engineering. Then you had him go to Carlin for 2018, and now he's with UNI Virtuosi for 2019. As we're watching now, the man from France, Jean-Francois Bilot. Bit of an up and down season for him in 2018. Obviously, he scored a pole at Britain, but he was unable to keep the race lead. And it was Rosetta Martinez who would take the race victory at Silverstone that year. But I mean, he does still have a pole. He has 2 poles to his name, and I believe that is the equal to most poles in F2. As we see the position gains from the start then, Konishina is up 1 from the start, so is Ida Weitz. Nilsson and Jimenez are up 1, as Matheus Poco fell down 2. Parrish is up 1 as well, as Walji is down to P11, so those 2 swap position. Bagos is up 2, Fraser stays where he is, and below. What a man. He's up 6 positions from the start. That is very impressive from Jean-Francois Below. And that could be even that could be a few more positions as well, as he's looking to get past Daniel Fraser for P13. So Below doing quite well then. No points obviously yielded for the position he is in at the moment, but he is still doing well as he now makes his way down the start-finish straight. Let's see if he might actually be able to get the Brit into the first corner. No, not close enough to try it just yet, but he is on the back of Daniel Fraser here. Eduardo Silva, who is going to want to repass Emilia Konishina here. We'll see if Silva can get past the Polish driver. Obviously Eduardo Silva, not a rookie anymore. He's in his second season of Formula 2. So, yeah, he is obviously one of the Formula E graduates of 2017. He was joined by people like Mehmet Demirolu and Jakub Sikorski in 2018, and then you had people like Gabriel Gomez and Kai Shrezhnia. Obviously, none of those are actually competing in F2 anymore. So among the FE graduates is only Håkon Olsen. I believe there's probably a few others there as well, but it is currently just Håkon Olsen. Emil Nilsson did compete in Formula E, but he didn't have any good results. As we witness Eduardo Silva then and Emilia Konishina down the straight, you can just see Daniel Waller there just up ahead, as no one seems to be able to catch him at the moment. As we see them head through turn 2. Obviously Adam hit that in the chat. Number 1 Mehmet Demirolu fan, as everyone knows. I think he was very saddened by the news that Demirolu would be retiring for 2019. But yeah, we've got Emilia Konishina instead in P2, and hey, Konishina is proving herself to not be too much of a slouch, as she's currently running in P2, and she had a pretty successful IndyCar campaign as well. So I don't know, we could maybe see these people become part of the batch of Formula 2 graduates into F1. Obviously, all of these 20 drivers, all young drivers, obviously all looking to prove themselves again into F1. And yeah, Silva trying to chase down Konishina. We all miss Mehmet. Yes, we do. That was probably one of the greatest rivalries in HRC history. Mehmet Demirolu versus Jakub Sikorski, 2017 Formula E. Obviously, we got the 2019. Obviously, Formula E is back, so we got some interesting. We got some interesting stuff going on there as well. We've got none other than Giulia Cisetti herself leading the championship standings from Tobias Schwulenberg in P2. But now is not the time to discuss Formula E. Now is the time to discuss Formula 2, as we got about 9 laps remaining, as we're on lap 10 out of 19. Jean-Francois Below, who is trying to go up yet another position as he's chasing down Daniel Fraser for P13. He's been kind of stuck behind UNI Virtuosi at the moment. So yeah, he's just kind of been stuck here for the time being, and he looks to not be able to overtake the Brit, but there's still 9 laps to go, so we'll see if that will change. As the rainy conditions still continue, though it looks a bit more clearer now actually. You can see the rain is still pouring down, but doesn't look to be as much rain as it was in qualifying, so conditions seem to be getting better. So we could see the rain stop completely in the following couple of laps. We're going to have some dry racing. as Below makes his way around turn 13. With DRS engaged now as they make their way to we're down the start-finish straight. Below in the ART, not looking close enough to try the move just yet. As I feel like I keep repeating myself every time I say that, but he can't catch the guy. As Rodrigo Jimenez, who obviously tried the move on Emil Nilsson, but didn't know what to see with it. He is trying to chase down Emil Nilsson for P6 now. As they make their way round turn number 5. Jimenez still in hot pursuit of the man from Estonia, Emil Nilsson, who's gonna score some good points for UNI Virtuosi. So he'll be quite happy with that. Pretty decent performance from him. Emilia Konishina gonna be on the podium once again, scoring consistent podiums. The only other person to have scored double podiums in the first 2 opening rounds of F2 is Linus Timell in 2017. Fun little fact for you there. But there has never been a person to take back-to-back victories in the opening round of the races, which is going to be very interesting. There's been people taking back-to-back victories. Obviously, Tomas Mandic in 2017 won the Hungarian and British Grand Prix back-to-back. And Daniel Wale might just join him now, so... Either way, I think it is still going to be Charus who's going to lead the championship, or the Constructors' Championship, for the time being. Let me just check that real quickly. Yes, that is correct. As they already have a 10-point lead over Prema and ART. So yeah. Obviously Prema will only score 4 points today, as it's Mateusz Poko who is currently in P8. As you see Rodrigo Jimenez kicking up a bit of spray as he makes his way around turn 12. Conditions are drying, yes. So we could see a dry couple of last laps. But we'll see if that will change the racing then, as Silva is still trying to make the pass on Emilia Konishina, but yeah, Konishina putting up the defense from these last few laps. Here is Aditya Bagos. He has also been unable to overtake the car ahead, Nikhil Walji. So we will see how that goes. P4 last time. Oh yeah, I thought you scored a podium at Bahrain, Emilia. That is very weird. Apologies for the mistake. Condition up in P4, so this is gonna be her first podium in F2. So the statistic I said about scoring back-to-back podiums in opening races is incorrect. Aditya Bagos then, who was looking to score his first points in F2, but he did not do too well in Bahrain last time out. Finished last out of all the runners, so that was quite disappointing for him. As just so you know, it is drying on track. However, the drivers do not pit for tires. These are, we'll just call them all-weather tires, I guess. I don't know. As Bagos looking very close to Poco here. He's gonna try it on the inside as he's very late on the brakes, but Poco is gonna defend the outside line there, and Aditya Bagos cannot get ahead just yet. So Bagos will remain in P12 for now. Unfortunately for him, though he did try it. And now I think he's lost a bit of time to the Canadian up ahead. Tries running on it. Yeah, I guess you could call it intermediates as well. Isn't really all-weather tires, but they don't pit for tires, okay? What else do you want me to say? I know there exists no all-weather tire. I don't know if Pirelli does produce any of those, but maybe. Maybe not. Either way, we're now on lap 14 of 19. 5 laps remain in this Spanish Grand Prix. Daniel Waller, who's taken pole, he's led every single lap of this race. Followed by Emilia Conishina, who was able to get Eduardo Silva there at the start. Silva, who's been on the back of Conishina, though has not been able to get ahead of the Polish driver. So they remain P2 and P3. As Bagos looking to try once again, but no, he had a bit of a look there on Nikhil Walji, but he was just not close enough to try just yet. We'll see though if he is able to get past Walji as the track is drying. Through turn number 4 and then on to turn 5. Daniel Fraser there just behind as well. We'll see if Fraser is able to get past. Yeah, those are intermediates. God, I'm stupid. I'm sorry, everyone. That's a bit stupid of me. Either way, well, whatever. It's a tiny little mistake. As they make their way on to turn 10 now. Aditya Bagos going a bit wide there. That could maybe prompt Daniel Fraser to try and catch up a bit, but that's going to lose him time to Nikhil Walji for sure. As it is still raining, but looks to not be as much rain as it was before. I think the skies are clearing up now a tiny bit. So yeah, we don't know if the rain is going to stop or not, but yeah. I have to say though, it's a very good performance from Daniel Wall up at the lead. He had a pretty promising IndyCar campaign, scored a few podiums here and there. Earned him, that was basically enough to earn him a promotion to F2, and now he's absolutely smashing it in Formula 2, I have to say. This is this could be a period of dominance for the Chinese-American driver. We'll see. Håkon Olsen, obviously not what he was hoping for in Spain, where he took pole. Still got 1 point to his name, so I guess it's better than nothing. Aditya Bagos was hoping to come on with points. He'll be quite disappointed. So will his fellow compatriot Adam Hidayatbi, who's running in P15. So he'll be a bit disappointed as well, but there's still a long season to go. As Bagos now with DRS, he's gonna try and chase down Nikhil Walji into the first corner, but and nothing just yet. As you can really see the gap between Waldi and Håkon Olsen, there's about 2.3 seconds. Absolutely crazy. It's basically the entirety of the field is stuck behind Nikita Waldi here. Gonna be quite hard for them to pass. It looks like Bagos has been just completely stuck behind the Canadian the entire race. So I think Aditya will be pretty frustrated about this, and yeah, he will be complaining a bit, I think. As there are some pretty big gaps throughout the field as well. Emil Nilsson 3.1 seconds to Kurban Gresham in P5. And Jimenez is stuck behind Nilsson as well, as Bagos going wide once again, trying to follow Nikhil Waldi. That's losing him time again. That's not good for Aditya Bagos. Down the start-finish straight they go, on to lap 18 of 19, 2 laps remain, as Poco defending then from Bagos. Bagos not close enough to try it just yet. Martinez, here he is, Rosetta Martinez in P16. Not where he wants to be, Martinez, because he scored a podium at the opening race in Bahrain, so yeah, it's a bit unfortunate for him, but hey, even the best have their moments. As Hidayat going a bit wide there. Martinez trying to line himself up for a move, but that did not work for the man from the Philippines. He's got his teammate Alex Foster just behind him. Campos not where they want to be at the moment, out of the points, as they be wanting to compete for the championship. It's going to be nice for Arden, though, if they'll score their first point of the season. Same goes for Carlin and also Trident. So they'll all score points. Dams will score 1 point. So every team will have scored at least a point. That is very nice. As Daniel Wall now starts the final lap of this Spanish Grand Prix. The rain will continue on to the end, as we will see these guys as they make their way down the start-finish straight for one final time. It's now or never for Aditya Bagos who wants to get I keep saying Matthias Poco, I don't know why. Nikhil Walji, sorry guys. I'm a bit tired today. Bagos then, as they make their way through turn 3. Not able to get Nikhil Walji for the time being. As they head into turn 5. And no, nothing for him at the moment. But where is Daniel Walla, may I wonder? As here's Aditya Bagos, I don't think he's gonna try it on him. But Daniel Waller, as I believe he's making his way around the final few corners now. What a performance from this man, it has to be said. As he will round the final corner, Daniel Waller will make it 2-2 as he will win the Spanish Grand Prix. What a drive from the Chinese driver. And he takes 2 victories in a row. Only man to ever do that in Formula 2 is Tomas Mandic. That is an absolute masterclass performance from him. Emilia Konishina comes on P2 to take her first podium in F2, and Eduardo Silva with yet another podium this season. Emil Nilsson P6, and then Håkon Olsen taking 1 point in P10. So that is it then. We will go through the final classifications then. So it's Daniel Walla who takes a second victory in Formula 2 in only a second race. That is absolutely crazy, and great job to him once again. Just completely demolished the field today. And it's Emilia Konishina who finishes P2. Very good stuff from her as well. And then Eduardo Silva who finishes P3, who was able to steal the fastest lap from Daniel Walla. Ida Weiss finishes P4, good result from him, and then it's Kuben Grissom P5 for Carlin, so very good result from Carlin today. And then it is Emil Nilsson in P6, good points for the Estonian. And then the two Brazilians of Rodrigo Jimenez and Mateus Poco, P7 and P8. Will Parrish did quite well at the start, he finishes P9, and then it's Håkon Olsen, P10. And then we have Nikhil Walji in P11. Aditya Bagos, who was not able to get past Nikhil Walji, finishes P12. Then it's Daniel Fraser in P13. Jean-Francois below after his charge to the field finishes P14. Could have been much better, but he got stuck behind the train, so he could not overtake anything. Adam Hidet on his return finishes P15. I think he was hoping for a tiny bit better, but yeah, we'll see. As Rosetta Martinez and Alex Boston to Campos drivers, P16 and P17. Richard Sunevik is 18th, and then it's the final two cars is Rowan Shotanos and Matija Dragovic. So that is it then for Formula 2. It's been a very, very exciting race. My driver of the day will go to Daniel Walle. I keep giving it to the people who win, I know, but come on. 2 wins in a row on the first 2 races of the season. That is absolutely crazy. And he'll have such a massive championship lead now. So great job, Daniel. And he takes the race victory today. So my driver of the day goes to Daniel Walle. But yes, that is it for Formula 2. Thank you much for watching the Spanish Grand Prix. It's been a very interesting race. Congratulations, Daniel Walle, on yet another victory. Charuis will definitely have the championship lead now, and Daniel Walle just extends his championship lead as well. So good stuff from him. But yeah, that has been it for Formula 2. We will see you tomorrow for the Formula 1 Spanish Grand Prix at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. No Formula E this weekend, but F1 is on. That's been it for me then. I've been Miran Evji. We'll see you tomorrow when the ACC returns. So thank